Yeah, and not like I'm covered in all this fucking white frosting everywhere.
You like the candy man.
Just white gel.
Sugar.
Liquid.
Yeah. You want to come lick my pants?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Bad Podcast with Dereck, Brad, and Austin, where we talk about random shit, and that's it.
Okay, let's go.
No, but that frosting is really,
Is it good?
really sweet. The Cookies Anonymous one?
Yeah. Oh, because it has Biscoff and
Yeah,
frosting.
Biscoff, frosting, like crushed up cookies. It's good.
People love that cookie.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah,
people.
I like that cookie too. I mean, it's got Chips Ahoy in there. It's got Oreos. It's got cookie dough bites and Biscoff.
Yeah.
Do you
pretty good.
remember what happened the first time we made it and what Gabby said?
No? What'd she say?
So the first time we ran it and we made it, Gabby ate like a whole one to herself.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
the next day she comes running downstairs. She's like, guys, my poop's blue. Is anybody else's poop blue?
Yeah.
And we are all like, no. And she's like, oh.
I've had that happen with, I think, the sour strips.
Oh, really?
Oh, the blue sour
I
strips.
ate like
the
the
blue
whole
raspberry.
bag of the blue
Yeah.
ones. And I was just
Something
like,
about blue dye.
The blue dye. Your mouth does turn blue if you eat a
Yeah.
whole Cookie Anonymous. It is wild. The blue
Yeah.
dye. Yeah.
I'll get you.
Probably really good for you.
yeah, it's probably
Oops.
turns your whole insides blue.
You're like a Smurf. Could you imagine like if you ate enough and like your like skin turned blue or something? Because there's like certain things you can eat that like literally affect your skin. So could you imagine?
Like what?
Lots of certain things. No, I really think if you have high vitamin C, I think carrots.
Oh, yeah.
100%. There's a story where a girl and her sister like ate a whole 5-pound bag of carrots when they were younger, and she literally turned orange.
That's interesting.
So
Oh, I remember there was a story about this kid ate like a bunch of blueberries or something, and then he turned into a blueberry. You ever heard about that?
yeah, it's Willy Wonka, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of really one.
Just get out of here with your clown stuff. Okay.
Did you think I was serious, Derek?
Like at the beginning, and then you said that. I was like, no, it's fucking Willy Wonka, bro.
Wow.
I mean, you started out
really
You
good.
started
Yeah,
out convincing.
started out
You
strong.
had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Damn it. Yeah. Oh, thanks, babe. We're in the middle of a podcast here.
The flavors page is hidden.
It's on the bottom of the website. Thanks for making your appearance in our podcast. Really appreciate it.
Before we were so rudely interrupted,
I know.
I was gonna ask if y'all watched any of the games this weekend.
Yes.
I didn't watch the Sunday games, but I watched Saturday.
Oh, really? I feel like the Sunday games were like.
Well, I was driving back from Tampa, so I missed.
Did you listen to it? You don't listen to them on the radio or anything?
The last game was
I honestly
the
forgot.
game.
I was like so dead.
I feel like it's really hard to listen to football on the radio because they'll name a player, and you're like, wait, I don't even know which team this guy plays for,
Unless it's one of the main, yeah.
Yeah, unless it's
I've
like
never
one of
been
those-
a fan of like listening to sports on the radio.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's too. I feel like that's our
I can
parents'
understand baseball.
generation.
I think baseball is like the original radio sport.
Yes.
So like that one, it's probably a little bit easier.
It's a little bit slower, so it's
Yeah.
easier to tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Like who's up. They'll tell you who's up to bat. Yeah. You know who the pitcher is, and then when they hit the ball, you're like, okay, did he make it to a base or not? You know?
It's like, oh, it's a line drive to right field, and it's down, and he's rounding first to second.
That's why it was called America's favorite pastime.
Ah.
But it's not anymore.
What would you say America's favorite pastime is now?
I definitely think it's NFL.
Oh, I'm not talking about sport. I'm just saying in general.
What do you mean then? I don't know what you mean then, I guess.
Like, what's America's favorite pastime?
Like the
The internet,
Yeah,
social media. Yeah. I mean, it is. The metaverse.
flipping houses.
All of America.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there is flip or
watching-
flop.
Watching people flip houses on television.
Yeah.
House remodeling.
Yeah, so America's favorite pastime is watching other people do things.
Yeah,
DIY.
I mean, look at Twitch. Look how many people watch people play a video game.
yeah.
Or watch us do a
some form of
podcast.
watching somebody else do something.
Entertainment. So, yeah, entertainment would be America's pastime now. The entertainment industry has just changed now. I truly believe that, media still like TV shows still have a chance to blow someone up. You look at like that Love is Blind show, and there's like a couple of the couples that people really fell in love with there and how their social media has like really blown up. But in general, there are people now that were on that show that have smaller followings than like regular people. So it's pretty wild to think about. There's certain people in social media that have grown an organic following to a size of millions. And there are people that have been on a national TV show, or I guess Netflix TV show, or national. I think some people have been on Survivor and stuff like that have like 200,000 followers. And you're like, Wow, that's pretty wild to think about that there's some people out there that have larger followings than people that have been on TV.
Yeah.
That is pretty crazy if you really think about that. I mean, that didn't exist before social media.
It's the fact that they went on TV and people just don't like that person. Maybe, I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, but like, what better chance do you get
Yeah.
for people to know who you are, to be discovered, than
Yeah.
to go on TV? Like, used to, I feel like people
You
are like,
had
oh,
to.
I want to be famous, I want to go on TV. Now there's people that become famous because of social media, and then they get like their deals, record deals, or there's a lot of music people that like started out on TikTok, because it used to be music.
Bieber.
Did you know it was Musically before TikTok? Mm-hmm. Did you know that? Before
Musical.ly?
TikTok, it was Musically.
It was like all dance.
And it was just dancing
remix
and music
songs.
stuff.
I still don't have TikTok, so
But you watch TikToks.
Yeah, when I sent
only when like you
Yeah.
guys send them to me.
Speaking of that, I looked in our group text. Did you watch the TikTok I sent you about the guy that had Tourette's?
Probably not.
Which one?
He has Tourette's and he goes on a plane. And his Tourette's
Oh.
is like where he yells stuff. And he would literally was walking on the plane. He's like, I've got a bomb. No, I don't. No, I don't have a bomb. I don't have a bomb.
my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, for real. I'll show
I'll
it to you
watch
after
it. I'll watch
this.
it.
Yeah. It was funny, but at the same time, I like felt bad for him.
How do you like?
He went to dinner with his girlfriend. Yeah, it was an entertainment. I also
How do you
was
get
like,
on a
is this
plane
true?
and you do that? I don't know.
Because they
They
know
know.
he has a disability and they know what it is. So it's just like,
Yeah.
but yeah, people around him probably don't know. And this guy's like yelling, I've got a bomb. And then people are like,
Wait, what?
what? You know?
Yeah, that'd be
It'd
intense.
Would you get off the plane?
No.
No.
I would
think
hope
you
that
can-
TSA would have
I think-
screened him well enough.
Yeah, I
you
think
know?
you can also recognize.
Also,
Yeah.
the guy yelling, I've got a bomb is probably not the one to worry about, you know? Truthfully, you know? It's the one that's,
I mean,
what
if he
quiet.
opened up his fucking jacket and he sees
that's true.
some shit.
What if like you heard someone say that, like he said it, and you're like, oh, he's fine, and then someone else was like, yeah, I got a bomb too, and then all of us like the whole plane said it, and you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah, then I would think
So it
this
starts a chain.
I probably wouldn't want to get on that
Like,
plane
okay,
anymore.
somebody's trying to make something for social media here. Let's just
Yeah.
No, but I think it's really wild though, like how social media has changed the ability for people to be like recognized and found. I know there's record labels that literally look for people via social media now to find it, and then there's people like on Twitch that are going to make a great living, $100,000 or more a year, just doing like little performances on Twitch, and that's all they'll ever do. They won't ever get signed to a record label. They won't ever do anything else, but they'll make $100,000 a year doing little performances on Twitch and just entertaining people. And I think we are in a day and age where you can kind of either create a job or create a side hustle for yourself to bring in extra revenue. I truly am just like, where's all the money coming from? That's my question.
Yeah.
If all these people are starting their own businesses and all this stuff, like where's the money? Like how do, you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's like a finite amount of money. So like, where is the money coming from to buy like all these small business owners? Like everyone's like, I don't know. It just
Or
sometimes
are
I'm
people
just
taking
like,
out
because
loans?
it's from the people that are watching. So like the people that are watching,
I get what you're
probably have
saying.
jobs. And
Yeah, but I'm saying is like those people have like regular jobs, and so they go home and just watch Twitch.
probably it's America's favorite pastime.
But I'm telling you, like more people are starting these small businesses and all this stuff. So I guess that's my
But
kind of
like-
question. It's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah, like-
sometimes I'm looking at it and I'm like, is this a sustainable
Yeah.
life for future? Like, are you eventually going to run out of workers because everyone started their own thing that essentially you now, instead of like dealing with like a national corporation, you're dealing with all these small businesses? Or do these national corporations eventually shut down these small businesses because they just beat them by price over time? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think like COVID stimulus money was probably a big factor in that, because if you got that, there was 3 installments of it, right?
I only knew of 2. Was there a third?
I think there was 2.
Okay, so
maybe,
that's
maybe
I mean,
there was 3. I think there was 3, but some of them came together. I don't
yeah.
know.
So I mean, that's if there's 3, that's $5,200, and I mean
Yeah.
you can start almost any business with that.
Yeah. Yeah. My question though is, after you've started that business, like who's buying your product? If everyone started a business, like, then that's my thing. It's
Yeah.
just weird. I don't know. It's like definitely weird when you take a step back and you like how is this money flowing? You know?
Yeah. I mean, you can say that about people who are buying stuff from our business. Like, where's their money come from?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think a
I
lot
just
of
assume
people
just have jobs and they spend their money how they want.
I guess I'm just, maybe because of the industry that we're in,
Thinking of
I'm
it
just,
on a deeper level.
well, I think of maybe
Yeah.
the industry we're in, I'm just exposed to more entrepreneurs or more people that are like small business owners. So then I'm like, where are all the people that aren't owning their own business, you know?
Yeah.
But
Which is probably a
predominantly.
larger majority than
number.
we think. I think, yeah, it's like we're just so like surrounded by it. Like you're saying, it's just more present.
yeah.
So I think it's probably not as big as you think, but I think a lot, but you're right though. I've seen a lot more people now dabbling in stuff like that, or like,
and maybe I'm
starting
thinking
their
of it
own
as
thing.
like when people have their small business, that's their only thing, but they have a regular 9 to 5, or
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't know why we call it 9 to 5. We all know it's like a 7 to 5, but
Yeah.
everyone has like a, you know, a normal day job, but then they have these like side hustles, like you know, Etsy shops, or you know, other
Yeah.
online businesses and boutiques and stuff like that. So
It's the beauty of America, baby.
it really is. It really is. I mean, but
Austin's like, what?
capitalism's great, but it also has its flaws. So
Yeah.
Going back to that music thing you were talking about, it's like the only way back then for you to get noticed was to actually go play somewhere at like a bar or something like that, and you pretty much worked for like tips.
Mm-hmm.
that's why everyone moved to like country music. People
exactly,
moved
like
to
Nashville.
Nashville.
That's why singers and stuff moved to LA. But now
Yeah.
that you have Twitch, you have TikTok, you have all these social media stuff, you can sit in your home. And like YouTube was a big push for that. That's how Justin Bieber got found by Usher.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's easier to gain exposure now.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then obviously then you have TV shows that spin off of that, like, you know, American
American
Idol, America's Got Talent, or whatever,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. You know, it's really, I definitely think it's helped, you know, great people be recognized that would have never, ever had a chance before.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
You know, you know, one of the pros of social media that people don't think about is that value of like, if you really are good at something, people will find you.
Yeah.
If you put it out there on the internet, because people will be like, oh, this is awesome. Like, check this out, and share and share and share and share. So that is a pretty cool aspect of it. But then if you do anything that someone doesn't like, they also share and share and share and talk bad about you. So
It's like the Dr. Remix guy. Like I knew him when he was like just working for Rusty. Like he was like working on Ash
Oh,
and
yeah.
I.
Yeah.
And then he started his TikTok stuff and just like literally blew up
Yeah.
in a year. It's
Does
crazy.
he even work anymore?
No,
No.
just does his
But he
TikToks
travels and
music.
does a lot of stuff for
Yeah.
that too. So.
Well, yeah, and he's like on Dr. Oz and shit. So
that's
pretty
cool.
cool. It's like it's crazy to see and like
Yeah.
dang.
Or think about teenagers. So this is a story. Jack Doherty, he's a YouTuber. I think he may be 18 now. But when we first found out about him, he was 16 years old, and he had over 1 million people on YouTube. And he was like, hey, he ordered our cookies for like, didn't tell us who he was, not to order cookies. And then he messaged us like, hey, I really love your cookies. Like, do you think you can send me some for free? And we're like, sure. So we sent him some. And I've watched him like go from 1 million followers to over like 3 million. And, you know, now he's 18, and it's really interesting to watch. I mean, he'll never work a traditional job in his life.
Yeah.
He's, you know, has YouTube money. He's bought properties. You know, he's like paving a path that like, I mean, at 16, 17, I like didn't even know was possible. And now it is because of social media. So it's just interesting to see.
I will say though, you don't necessarily need social media or need, you know, one of these avenues for exposure. Because one of my teammates that I ran track with he's literally like famous and in movies, and he doesn't utilize social media at all. He just straight up like.
But my question is, do you feel like he's handicapped himself because he doesn't have social media?
Oh yeah, I've told him.
Okay.
Like, I told him you can do so much more, but he's just not interested in that. Like he has different plans.
Yeah, he's
so-
already living like
Yeah,
a
he
happy, comfortable life.
Yeah, he has
Why?
different goals, and like he's kind of like me. Like social media isn't everything. So, but it was really cool to see him. Just like he actually got noticed. He was on a jog around campus our senior year, and he got noticed by some girl. Was like, "You look like," she was a director. She was, "You look like this person for this small film I'm making. You're like you are the embodiment of this character, and I want you to come out and play it." And he did that, and he like fell in love with acting, and then started taking classes and like doing these little small gigs and side gigs, and then eventually like met people and just worked his way up.
What was that? What was that one that he did? The first movie.
I don't know.
Wasn't he? Is that the one that was in like Moonlight?
Oh, Moonlight. Oh,
Yeah.
Moonlight was the first movie that he did. Yeah, the big one.
Okay. Yeah.
But he was in a TV show before that called Pretty Little Liars.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's very popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I don't know if he was like an extra in that or he had like a small role, but
But that was like
from
his
there,
start.
yeah. And I think he did another show on like WE or something. But Moonlight was his big break, and then he started doing a bunch of other movies after that. So, and then now he's going to be Mike Tyson in the Hulu series.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Tyson
Sick.
is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That is
So
cool.
yeah, I mean, it's been cool to watch him go down. I guess bringing me back to that point is he's gone down that avenue of making a name for himself without even utilizing any social media at all.
Yeah, my
It's
thing
like
is just like if you
so much harder,
yeah.
right?
But you can just make so much more money if you
Yeah.
utilize social media too. Because you look at someone like The Rock. Like, does The Rock really need to have a tequila brand and an energy
Right.
drink brand? No,
Yeah.
but he's raking in
Yeah.
some dough from that. You know,
He's like on a path. I think he wants to do production and stuff. But I mean, I've told him, and one of our other teammates is he's a manager, and I've told him like, dude, just start posting.
even if it's
post
like
little
once a
things,
week.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. It's just I feel like social media is a way to build your personal brand.
Right.
You know, when you look at Nike and stuff like that, the reason that they're so successful is they've built a brand. You know, Lululemon, things like that. You wouldn't normally if I had joggers that were unlabeled anything, you wouldn't go spend $100 plus on these joggers. But when they have Lululemon on there, they built a name for themselves that you can like trust that. So it's the same with your social media. I don't think people realize that you're building a brand. And I get that you're a person, but at the end of the day, like your branding represents your values as a person. So if you know, we're constantly doing like really shady stuff on social media, people aren't going to like buy from your brand from a perspective of like, they're not going to trust what you say, but maybe you're an entertainment. So if you were in something, they would want to watch it because they find you entertaining. So the way you build your brand, it can be completely different than anyone else, you know?
Yeah.
So I personally think that like social media is almost like the LinkedIn. It's a way of, you know, LinkedIn is another way of doing it. But like, you know, I think there's people like when certain jobs hire now, they go look at your Instagram, your TikToks, like all that stuff to see what kind of person you are. Are you out partying? Are you posting with your family? And they do make decisions based on that. So whatever you put on the internet, you're building a
It's like a portfolio.
Yeah, portfolio for yourself.
I
your
mean,
brand.
just look how like these coaches in the NFL have gotten fired for things that they posted and stuff
Emails
like literally 10 years ago, or emails they've sent.
RIP
John Gruden. Yeah. So it's like, it is your brand, your personal brand.
Yeah. And I think the scarier part about that is the bigger you get, the more scrutinized your brand becomes. And that's with all things. So like if you're Nike, you're way more scrutinized than, you know, a smaller clothing brand.
I think it's because people start like disassociating you as a person and start looking at you as
a thing,
entertainment, or like just an object. And I think that really sucks.
That is hard.
At the end of the day, you're still human.
Yeah. I mean, you know, not to bring this back to Reddit, because I know we read Austin sent me the deepest, darkest secrets on Reddit, because we were going to read them on the Twitch last night, and they were like too dark, way too dark, like very dark. I read some of them and everyone was like, yo, too dark. Let's not go
Don't
there.
read that.
Yeah. And so, but you know, but then we were talking, we started talking about Reddit.
You're not intrigued. You're not
Believe
intrigued.
me, it's not good. But we started talking about Reddit, and Reddit's a great place for advice. Like people love like getting powerlifting tips, like stuff, but there's the dark side of Reddit, which is the, you know, the petty, snarky side of like talking bad about people. And I think the hardest part for me is that, you know, people don't, I don't think they don't care about your feelings, but they don't associate your feelings anymore because you've built this presence. So they feel like they can talk about you a certain way.
They want.
Yeah. And that's tough, because at the end of the day, like I am human, like things, people, the biggest lie that we ever were taught as kids is sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And that's full of shit. Yeah. Like words actually hurt sometimes worse than sticks and stones. Like I'd rather someone throw a rock at me than say some of the stuff that they've said, you know? It's true.
Someone said, come nail Brad in the head with a rock.
Yeah.
You said so.
You walk in the gym, you get a dumb-bell thrown at you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a bit much. Okay. But you get what I'm saying though. Like people can cut you pretty deep with words.
Yeah.
And I think that's you know, just where we are, is that you almost have to get callous to that, but that also affects your personal life because you start getting calloused to like interactions with people, and it's almost you know, it gets a rabbit hole.
Yeah, like some of the videos that I've been posting, the reels, people would just say some off the wall shit. And I'm like, dude, like that's my wife for one. And two, like, why would you even just say that? Yeah. So it's just, I mean, I know at the end of the day, it doesn't bother me that much, but it makes you step back and just think like,
just question
what drives a person to actually think that's okay for one, or two, just like say that to a random person on the internet. And it's just, I mean, yeah,
I think a lot of it is because people were grew up with this disassociation of themselves from their online presence, and also there's like not as many repercussions for those actions.
right.
Like,
You know, nothing's gonna happen.
I mean, truthfully though, like the way I think about it though, if I found out my friends were those people, I wouldn't want to be friends with them.
Yeah.
Also, I would be curious, like, hey, are you good mentally? Because like, to lash out or to like get really angry at people that you don't know, or like to take a snippet of someone's life and like construct this like fantasy world where they're like this horrible, they're the bad guy and you need to like expose them, kind of gets into this thing of like, what do you got going on with your life that you one, feel the need to do this, or two, have the time to do this. You know, I think sometimes that negativity though breeds negativity. So in Reddit, those threads, those people are just kind of like almost feeding off each other, you know? And so
it's you can't read into that stuff.
But it's the same thing too, though. Like, have you ever noticed that if you're ever like in a room with someone that's like really positive and uplifting, like you can get into a better mood? I think it's kind of that thing is like, you need to feed yourself with positivity. And I think it's easy to want to get drawn into drama because it's entertaining.
Right.
But the problem is like, it really gets negative quick, and you'll find that it actually like weighs you down.
Yeah.
So Aubrie, that's why Aubrie and I, even if something bad happens, we try to always like spin some kind of like positive lesson for it. Or just like at the end of the day, like, yeah, that sucks, but I'm alive.
Right.
And, you know, I'm healthy. I got a roof. I got things that a lot of people would really want. And so I think that's another thing too, is just perspective on your life. You know, a lot of times you can get so fixated on successful people and be like, well, I don't have the yacht, or I don't have, you know, I'm not making $1 million a month or whatever it is. And you lose perspective and you lose the ability to be grateful for what you do have because you're so caught up on wanting what other people have. So I think that's a really important thing too, is just like to remember to be grateful for what you have and everything that's in your life. Because I mean, at the end of the day, someone's always going to have more than you.
Yeah. Don't project your insecurities onto other people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really. And I will say, for your mental health, if you really have a hard time with comparing someone, just unfollow them.
Yeah.
If it's bad, at the end of the day, like,
well, that's the thing with these reels though. It's just random people. I mean, you know, it's not
I
necessarily
know,
people
but
that
for
follow
me,
you.
I would just say, just keep scrolling. But what I'm saying is, like, if you personally follow someone that you feel that you just get a negative feeling, we had to learn to be okay with that. I mean, there's someone that recently started following me again that I had interacted with, and I was almost like, I haven't talked to this person in a while. Interacted with them, and they're like, honestly, I had to unfollow you and Aubrie for a while because I was too busy comparing y'all's success, and they felt they had a lack of success doing something similar to us. You know, but not everyone. You don't see the whole picture.
Kudos to them for realizing that, though.
Yeah, 100%.
It takes a lot for a
taking the
person
steps.
to. It takes a lot for a person to, you know, really step back and look at their inner self, and say like, why am I hating this person, or why am I getting upset by somebody that I don't know? And I think a lot of people just refuse to do that.
I mean, I recently muted one of my friends' stories because I felt every time they were posting that I envied their lifestyle. So I muted their story. Yeah. So I still follow them, you know, and I'll engage in their posts because their posts don't usually reflect that lifestyle that they have. But I muted their story because I felt like I was like constantly like trying to chase what they already have. And so I was like, you know what? I just have to mute their story. I can't keep watching their story because it just made me feel bad. So
Yeah.
Why do you think it made you feel bad though?
because I feel like they're where I want to be and I'm not there.
And so you feel bad about yourself?
Yeah, I feel like I'm not working hard enough. I'm not trying hard enough. I'm not doing as much as I could be doing. So, yeah.
You'll get there.
I know. I will.
Time.
But yeah. I think that people downplay mental health, and it's something that, you know, Aubrie and I have talked about a lot. Just because I do have like anxiety and stuff like that. Well, it's just like TikTok saying that essentially anxiety is just like you worrying about the future. Depression is usually like you concerned about the past. Whereas if you like live in the moment, you don't suffer from those things, which, I mean, that's easier said than done. Like everyone's going to be like, what do I need to do tomorrow? Man, I have so much stuff. Like, how am I going to make it work? It's hard to quote unquote live in the moment.
Yeah.
But
I don't necessarily fully agree with that statement.
I
can see the wisdom in it, I guess.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you got to plan out certain things. You can't just be like, I'm here.
I think you can still be in the moment and not be happy and kind of be sort of depressed. But
yeah. But I don't know. I think that mental health is something that is overlooked. And it brings me up that the Hype House show. I think we've talked about it on here before. Have y'all watched that yet at all?
Our new podcast, Hype House?
Yeah, Hype House.
No. The Netflix Hype
I swear
House.
to God, you said Hype House.
I swear he did that too.
He said he did on purpose.
Anyways, have y'all watched it at all yet?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, not going to.
Hype House? Yeah.
You really won't watch even one episode?
No.
I don't know. I'm not into stuff like that. I don't know.
I don't know. It was interesting to see, like I
get
said, the
annoyed
mental
by
health
people.
aspect of it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's definitely times of like, wow, these people are just so dumb. Like, just do this and it would all be done. Like, this is so easy.
Yeah.
And I would definitely struggle with things that are like, guys, we have to make between like 10 of them. We have to make 8 videos a month for our sponsor. And I'm like, all you have to do is make 8 videos a month for your sponsor, and there's 10 of you to live in this house, and
You can make 8 a day.
You're struggling. You're struggling with that.
Fuck.
Yeah, like how are you struggling with that? Like,
Austin's like, I can do that in
an hour.
An hour.
yeah, it was definitely interesting.
God.
But
That's funny.
yeah. So, and some of them lived with their videographers in there, you know, like their videographers were in the house.
Hey,
so
I live with you.
yeah, but
Same
don't-
house?
Yeah, we don't have a Hype House.
Hype House.
You don't have a Hype House?
Were you thinking I said like
Hi.
HI space PALS?
Yes.
Hi
That's-
pals.
I
That
read
is
your
a-
lips too, and I swear to God, that's what
I thought he was messing with us. I thought he was messing with us from
Yeah.
last week.
But I do
joked
like
about
the
it.
name High Palace, but we'd have to move our podcast to a different time if we were going to be high before our
have to be
podcast.
like a Friday night.
Yeah.
Or we do like once a month. Hi pals.
This is the High Palace episode of the Bad Podcast.
I like that.
Oh my gosh. But no, like I said, I think that mental health is like really downplayed nowadays. And I think people are talking about it more, which makes it,
Yeah.
Especially in sports. A lot of public sports figures and just higher sports figures have came out and said that they struggle, and a lot of people are giving them praise for that. I mean, if you look at Simone Biles in the Olympics,
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
a lot of people were making fun of her for that.
They were, yeah.
Because it's like, they're
It was
like,
like
well, it's your
half and
job.
half.
But you know what? At BSF, they actually, like, there's people that would take mental health days. You know, if I mean, it's your vacation and sick time, like you use your vacation and sick time however you see fit. Like, I think it's stupid to be like, no, I literally have 110 fever. I can't come into work today. You know, it's like, hey, I'm struggling with some things going on in my personal life and I can't work to my, highest ability. At the end of the day, it's like, I also don't understand that if you don't come to work, you just don't get paid. So it's like, what's the big deal? You know,
Yeah.
I understand there's PTO, but like at the end of the day, like you don't come to work, you don't get paid. That's how it is. Like, you know, so if you need to take a
I
mental
feel
health
like
day,
that.
it's like take a mental health day. You know?
I feel kind of like that same way. Like if I didn't show up, I wouldn't be expected to be
To
paid.
get paid, yeah.
Unless it was like you're like
Unless you
it's
use
a
your PTO.
holiday or
Yeah, if you have PTO. But yeah, at the end of the day, I also just don't understand like how we haven't like accepted that as a society that like obviously you don't want a bunch of like you don't know about them ahead of time, so you can't plan for these absences. But at the end of the day, like if someone doesn't come to work and they don't get paid, like that's just how it goes, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
did you have like do you feel like you struggled with any like mental health stuff during sports, like depression, anxiety, anything like that?
During sports,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like depression or anxiety. I don't necessarily think so. I think the biggest struggle for me was just like not feeling like I was competing at the level that I needed to be.
Yeah.
Like always feeling like the underdog or like the I didn't belong there, you know? Like I always felt like I had to live up to
Felt
like I
like
had
the
to
odd one out.
prove to the coaches like you made a good decision on me, you know?
Yeah. So almost
So-
like imposter syndrome type stuff.
Yeah, something like that. So like I always like went as hard as I could in practice, and you know, I would consistently get better, but I never felt like I had like a breakthrough.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Is
I
it
guess
because you
definitely,
felt
an
like-
imposter syndrome?
Did you feel like there was other people that like didn't try as hard as you and they were just like naturally gifted,
Yeah,
so they were
for
just
sure.
better, and so you were like, I don't understand, like I'm working my butt off and they're still better than me?
Sometimes, I mean, I came to the conclusion that, you know, there are people who are just naturally gifted, right? There's
Yeah.
people who can wake up, not even stretch, and go,
run a 4.3.
yeah, and just insane. So like I came to conclusion.
Not to me.
I just knew that for me, I would have to work
Yeah.
for it, and yeah. So that was my biggest struggle for me.
Do you think that work ethic translates to like now your life, that you feel, do you feel like that in your like day-to-day life, that you feel that like you have to like, do you ever feel that way, I guess, in just normal life?
Like I have to
Work, like, do you feel like that,
Have to
like,
prove.
yeah, you need to prove something? Do you still feel that
sometimes,
way? Okay.
yeah. I guess so. But I've always just I just got to work hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's like, so, I have two sisters. My sister Ariel, I always say, has like really great work ethic and is smart. And then Stacy has a really great work ethic and is also very smart. And then I am smart and have a terrible work ethic. So I like joke that like, which they probably disagree with this, that I'm the smartest one out of the three, but I have the least work ethic of them. And then Ariel is like a mix, like half and half. And then Stacy is, smart, like a best of both worlds, like smart and has a strong work ethic. And I like joke around about that is that like, that's just kind of like, so I never really had to work at things in life. So I think that it makes it really hard when I do have to like work really hard to persevere through things. And that's what Fat and Weird was. Like, it was grinding. I was having to like work harder than I've ever worked in my life, but I did it. So it's not like I'm lazy, but it was way harder for me. Whereas I see like my sister, she's just so used to having to study really hard or like do, whatever, that it comes natural to her when she has to work at something, whereas something I have to work at it's like way harder for me to do. Like I was a kid that didn't study for the SAT or ACT. I didn't study for my GMAT. I literally did not buy a prep book. I went into the test and just like took it.
Yeah.
I didn't study for them either.
Yeah.
I had to. I took it like 4 times.
But
Did you struggle with any of that?
Yeah, my mom. I have bad ADHD that was not medicated or dealt with. So
yeah,
I can't.
What about
read.
in sports? Did you struggle like?
Did you feel like you had to prove yourself or anything like that? Or
For me, it wasn't like anxiety or depression. It was like mental toughness, and just like physical toughness as well. I was always like the smallest kid out there.
Yeah.
So like I was the practice player, like beast in practice, whatever. But then like got on the field and it was like, they're actually gonna hit me now. You know?
That's
like,
exactly how I was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just weird.
It was so weird. I just felt so small compared to everybody else and like never really confident, I think it was.
Yeah. I was terrible at football because I don't like hurting people. I know it sounds like really weird. Yeah. Like I'll verbally assault you, but I don't physically assault people. No, but like I literally, I don't know if it's like empath type thing, but like I never liked hitting people because I was scared I was going to hurt them. Like I was, even though I would maybe even be smaller than some of the people that I'd be playing against, I just like, when we played ultimate frisbee, like I would never like go challenge someone going up for something because I was scared I was going to like knock them down. They were going to land wrong and break their arm or they were going to twist an ankle. So I was terrible at like those kind of sports because I was just so worried that I was going to hurt someone. I was decent at baseball because you don't really have to, you don't hurt anybody in baseball. Yeah. But unless you line drive it at their face, I guess. But
I hit a kid in the eye
with the ball.
Yeah.
I think it was the same thing for me, Austin. It was confidence.
Yes.
And I don't know why. I don't know how to explain lack of confidence. You just don't feel worthy, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of more of like
it's a lot of second guessing.
It is
yourself,
second guessing.
You second guess like, okay, I need to do this, and this, and it's just like, oh shit.
Yeah, see, I'm probably overly confident. I'm like, we're doing this, and it's gonna work. Yeah,
Mine came down to like, unlike track, it's like for me it was like the contact. Like I was kind of like scared of getting hit and like getting hurt. Like I was like kind of the opposite of you. Like I was scared of getting hurt.
Yeah.
It's like I shied away from contact or like, and that's what kind of fueled that less confident mental attitude.
That's why you like golf.
Me. Yeah.
It's a non-contact sport except for the club hitting the ball.
Kill that ball, bro.
No, but I think it is interesting. It's obviously how like your mental fortitude or your mental attitude plays into you as a person, because some people would be like, well, if you had like this instinct of like, hit me, I don't care. Like you maybe like you could have been a stud and made it on like further into football,
but
who knows?
It's so weird because I was like that in football, but I wasn't like that in hockey. Like in hockey, I was like aggressive, like would go hit kids, like would like, like encourage them to come hit me. Like I'd talk smack.
It's because you loved hockey more.
Probably, yeah.
I think it's this. Yeah, I think you cared more about that sport, so you didn't second guess. Did you play hockey longer as well? Yeah. So maybe it just came a little bit more natural.
That is interesting. That's wild
because they're both contact sports. Like
maybe it came more natural. Yeah.
Did you ever get like just laid out in football that made you? Do you think that's why? Did you ever get laid out in hockey?
Yeah.
You didn't have like suffer a worse hit in football, and that's why you second guess it.
No, I just think I was just like. I had a low kind of like pain tolerance and stuff. And I think it might have been like hockey, you're padded like head to toe. There's not a part of your body that's not covered. And like football, there's, you know, your arms are showing, your legs are showing. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's weird.
That's interesting. Yeah.
That is interesting. Yeah.
I was a big pussy, but
I mean, I'm the same way. I don't like to get hurt. Like, I don't think, I mean, there's some people that love it.
Anybody likes to get hurt.
Like we used to do this.
I guess people like
weird.
We used to do this drill where you have a receiver and a DB line up literally 5 yards across from each other and just ram in the middle. It was like a stock block drill. And I would just get fucked up all the time. Zach, my best friend, would always go against me and just cream me every time. I'm like, thanks, bro.
I hated hitting drills. I don't know. I'm the same. I hated that. I hated it.
Yeah.
I swear I got a concussion every time. But
I would slow down. Like I couldn't run full speed. It's like the natural reaction.
that's what we're supposed to do.
I know.
The receiver's supposed to slow down to try to block the DB, but the DB, they wouldn't slow down.
Yeah.
You're just like, what is the point of this?
It's also harder when you're tall.
Shout out
and
Zach.
The DBs or other people are usually a lot shorter than you. So
you've got to drop down.
Yeah. For me, the coach is like, you got to get low. And I'm like, dude, I can't. I'm getting as low as I can.
Yeah.
And if we could cut in high school, I'd have taught those motherfuckers a lesson.
No, I think it's really fascinating. I just think that the mind is really fascinating. You go back to like David Goggins and his like when he ran 100 miles for the first time, never run at all, was like extremely heavy for a runner, and goes out there and decides he's going to run 100 miles, and he did it. Stress fractures in his feet, in his shins.
He broke both of his ankles.
Yeah,
and he didn't stop. He came and talked to us.
Oh yeah,
in
Texas.
Our coach had him come out, and he was telling us that same story.
So it's in his book too, Can't Hurt Me or whatever. He has a crazy and I met him I met him when we went on the Pickler and Ben show. So we sat backstage and talked to him for like an hour. It's interesting to just talk to him. He doesn't follow people on social media because he doesn't want to compare himself to other people. Doesn't want to get sidetracked with what other people are doing. So I mean, obviously, I feel like there's a spectrum. He's obviously at the far end of a spectrum, but that doesn't mean that it's not something you can't learn from. The whole mental fortitude aspect of it is that your body can go way past what you think it can.
Right.
Your mind is what you have to like toughen up.
Yeah.
So I think a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I think your mind will have so many roadblocks if you let it.
Yeah. I think it's people aren't used to pushing past what they were comfortable with. Like once you hit discomfort, that's when you're like, oop, I'm stopping. But you really can go.
You have to push past that.
Pretty far past it. But there's also dangers with that, like stress fractures in your feet. I mean, there's one part in his book where like his girlfriend like had to like pick him up and carry him downstairs and take him to the ambulance because he was like going into rhabdo, laying on the bathroom floor, and he couldn't get up. Like she saved his life. He would have died. So you go to some stuff and you're like, yeah, you are crazy and you push past it, but you also would have died if the people wouldn't have intervened.
Yeah.
So
like he's on another level of pushing past stuff. Like you can push past discomfort, but don't push past it for you to die.
He did have some wild stories.
Yeah. So, but I think that's like, truthfully, I guess really we didn't have a theme for this podcast, but I think it really comes down to like, just like your mental health, mental state, mental fortitude, like all that stuff and how much that plays into it. And I also truly believe that's why I know the cliche word is manifesting. If you're people, manifesting it. But I think that the reason is like, once you actually write down your goals or you think about them, it's easier to like bring them to life. I don't think that you necessarily get anything out of like writing them down and stuff like that, but like actually understanding what you're trying to achieve helps you get there, because otherwise you're just driving aimlessly, So I think that, people all the time are like, do you have to write down your goals? I'm like, no, but you should know what your goals are. Because if you don't, then
I have to write down everything. Otherwise I forget. It's bad.
I think that's different.
You get what I'm saying, right? Like if you don't,
I wrote down my goals.
But that's if you don't understand where you're trying to end up, then you can't ever, you can't navigate to that point. And you may get lucky and stumble there, but you're probably going to take a long way to get there rather than.
It also goes back to what we talked about with the positivity and negativity. You're kind of manifesting positive things in your life rather than
instead of saying negative.
Yeah. And it's.
My grandma has a little sticky note on her mirror every day of like positive things to say instead of saying, I feel like crap today, blah, 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 blah. And like,
I mean, that is true too.
I haven't tried that, but
she's like 93.
I definitely do believe that it's like, the positive energy will definitely help you.
Yeah. Have you ever been in like a bad mood and then like someone like cheers you up and then like you have a great day?
Give you like a random compliment or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that,
hey, Dereck,
or
I
they
like
say
your
something
hat.
negative and then your shit just goes even further downhill.
That's true. But I will say, I really feel like people, underplay, mental state and mental health and stuff like that. So make sure you do something for you, every day, I feel like, or at least have something to look forward to.
And it can be as simple as just like 5 minutes a day.
Also, I joked about like
complimenting yourself.
You should be as excited to see someone as like Letty is excited to see us when we wake her up. And every day you would be excited to see that person. Yeah. If someone, think about when you go to the gym and like we see Eddie and them and like how excited we are to see each other. Like, hey, what up? Yeah. When you see your friends that you haven't seen in a while, when you all went to that football game, like how excited was everyone to see each other?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah. And
it was fun.
No matter if you would have had the worst plane ride, the worst thing, you would have been in a good mood as soon as you saw them.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's because you knew that they were going to be excited to see you, and like you just like, oh, I can't wait to connect with them again. So I feel like
seeing people you haven't seen in a really long time is always fun.
It's always nice. I know. I can't wait to see Zach this weekend. I haven't seen him in a bit.
Yeah, so I think truly, like, if one thing you could do differently to like change just the whole part of your life is like every time you greet someone, just be excited to see them. Yeah. And that energy, like, it'll feed, like, they'll get excited too, and it's a snowball effect. So, but yeah, what you got? The would you rather's? Let's hear them.
I don't know yet.
Oh no. That commercial was around, but way before your time, bro.
Yeah, no.
It was a Bud Light commercial, right?
I don't know. It was from a movie.
It was
right?
a Bud Light.
What movie is that?
No, you're thinking a scary movie.
Scary movie.
But they took that from a Bud Light commercial in the 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I want to say it was like 1996.
Play the highlight.
What highlight?
For the highlight.
Oh, the commercial?
Yeah, for the commercial.
Okay. I was like, well, I don't know what to play.
I can't find any good ones, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let me do your homework.
Oh, I thought I forgot the one I thought after last week. Oh, I got it.
Okay. Go for it.
It's kind of dark. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's not too dark. Would you rather know when you die or how you die?
When I die.
When I die. Next question.
But it can be as specific or non-specific as possible.
No, I want to know the exact date and time.
Okay, so but then you also get the option of exact how you die too.
I don't care about that.
Okay.
Because I like at the end of the day, like knowing how I die, like I feel like people would just try to avoid those situations. Then all of a sudden they're going to be in a situation where they have to do it, and they're like, "Oh, this is it." Whereas if I know when I die, like I can go ahead and plan out the rest of my life. I know when one of them's like, do you want to read the final chapter to understand it, or do you want to know when the final chapter is? And I'd just rather know when.
Okay.
What about you?
No, I agree with that. I just wanted to hear your thought about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to know when. I feel like, I guess so you can plan out and just live your life.
Yeah. Because
it's like if you die tomorrow, then that obviously is going to change every single thing that you're going to do for these next 24 hours. So
yeah,
I think when would be me.
When.
All right. Would you rather lose all the money you've earned this year or lose all the memories you've gained this year?
Did we do this one?
Yeah, I did that one.
When did you do it
Brad did
without
this
me?
one.
Yeah, I did while you were gone.
Oh, fuck you guys.
I'm doing money.
But that's the same website. Whatever website you're on, that's the same website that has a bunch of really good ones.
This year, 2022, we ain't made nothing yet. So money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brad has a bunch of really good ones.
I feel like it did.
Would you rather wake up in your underwear at work or wake up naked in the woods 20 miles from home?
Wake up in my underwear at work.
You do wake up in your underwear at work every day.
Yep, that's right.
I'm giving the woods. I can't wake up here in my underwear.
Yeah, you guys ready for make some cookies?
Okay, would you rather your only mode of transportation be a donkey or a giraffe?
A giraffe, 100%.
Yeah, me too. I don't even know why that's a question.
A lot of these questions are so whack.
Okay, would you rather only be able to use a fork and never a spoon again, or a spoon and never a fork?
Spoon.
I'm a spoon guy.
You can eat your soup, your cereal. You can eat almost anything you can eat with a fork. You can eat with a spoon. Boom.
Tell me how you can eat a steak with a spoon.
I'm a spoon guy.
You can.
You just shovel it up under and then.
I'm also going to agree with you. I just want to ask how you're going to handle that.
That's not
I'm
the
going to pick
edge
it up
on the
with my
spoon.
hand and then bite it.
It's sharp.
So when I was at OCS, we had to eat with a spoon. It was called our war spoon.
Wait,
it's the only thing you could eat.
It was a spoon or it was like a spork?
No, spoon.
Was it metal?
And you weren't allowed to pick up your food with your hands.
Was it metal?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You can cut through shit.
hamburger
Yeah.
with a spoon. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what the hardest food to eat with a spoon was?
I don't know what kind of food
Can we
you guys
guess?
had. So.
Yeah, go for it.
I need to think about it.
Pizza.
Burgers actually weren't that bad. Pizza wasn't that bad.
Pizza you can get through easily. Is it common?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say chicken. It's not chicken.
No. French fries.
I was thinking French fries.
It's very hard to get
Were you?
French fries on a spoon.
Were you really
it's
thinking
like
French
a
fries?
balancing act.
I was thinking it, but then I was second guessing myself because of my lack of confidence. I was thinking
You got a cap on. That's
wait,
cap.
I was thinking they fed them French fries on the submarine.
Some of these are really weird.
That's capped.
Would you rather have to read aloud every word you read or sing everything you say out loud?
I don't read, so read.
Yeah, but that means like when you're like text on the screen, you'd have to read it out loud.
That's fine. I can't sing.
When you're reading a text message from Selena that says,
Oh, I'll
"Hey,
read that
Big
out loud.
Daddy," you'd have to read it out loud.
Sorry, Selena, I'm reading it out loud.
Would you rather find a dead body or be witness to a deadly assault?
I'd rather. Oh, frick, man, that's tough.
Better be a witness to a deadly assault. Dude, you're rolling up on a dead body and then someone thinks you did it.
Okay, but then watching someone just get popped off in front of you.
So that happened to
I've
my
seen it.
sisters.
You've seen it?
Yeah, it happened to my sisters. They heard the gunshots in their apartment in Gainesville and they looked out back and like saw the guy jump at the fence and it was a murder. And they had to go testify in the trial.
Wow.
My sisters
That's intense.
in Gainesville. Yeah. They heard gunshots, looked out their window and saw the guy fleeing.
Did they get under witness protection program?
No, the guy didn't. I think he just got arrested. So it's just like,
You liar. I saw it in your eyes.
That's
You just kept
intense.
looking at me and I was like, yeah, this guy's capping.
Who, me? Oh, yeah.
oh.
I'm finding that body.
Would you rather everyone be required to wear identical silver jumpsuits or anytime two people meet and are wearing an identical article of clothing, they must fight to the death?
These are weird.
Jumpsuits are pretty swaggy, so give me the jumpsuit.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to kill each other.
Think if two guys rolled up wearing the same shoes, you're like, all right, bro, one of us.
Would you rather give up cursing forever or give up ice cream for 10 years? What? It doesn't make
I'd give up cursing forever. Like if it's one of those things that just like they wouldn't come out of my mouth, yeah, just give it up. But if you were like, hey, you can't curse for 10 years, I'm like, oh, good luck with that one, buddy.
Yeah.
Would you rather get a surprise wet willy from a stranger every day or a surprise wedgie from a stranger every day?
No.
Yeah, that was really, which one?
Wet Willie.
You'd rather someone lick their finger and stick it in your ear every day
Yeah.
than someone grabbing your underwear and pulling up your butt?
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how aggressive the wedgie was. Also, the wet willy can get pretty aggressive too. Like, is it like spit is like dripping off their fingers, you know?
I feel like when people wet Willie, they just go like this. They go. They don't go.
Yeah.
Like I just.
Have you ever had a swirly?
No. Have you?
You know what a swirly is?
Yeah, you put somebody in the toilet and you flush
brothers?
it. No.
Neither of y'all have
I have a-
brothers.
I have
So
a younger
you've had a
sister.
swirly then?
Oh, a fucking million of them.
Really?
Yeah. My brother and my
Can you
cousin used to
describe
do
it to
that
us?
all. My brother and sister used to do that to me all
What'd
the
it
time.
feel like?
They just pick you up, tip you over, dunk your head in the toilet.
So you're
and
like
then
like a
flush
cake
it.
stand.
Yeah,
in a
and they-
toilet.
and they flush it, and then it flushes your hair, and then you get up, and your hair is like twisted. I mean, it just feels so wet. I mean,
That's what she said.
I think it's just humiliating more than anything.
Yeah.
Oh, my brother and sister used to terrorize me when I was younger.
That's too bad.
Some of these are like
It's
professions.
probably why I have a lack of confidence.
Would you rather be able to control fire or water? I feel like Derek's going to pick water
Airbender.
because he loves the ocean.
No.
If you could control water, you could technically create a bubble around yourself so that you had air and you could go to the depths of the ocean.
True.
So you can.
But if you can
whenever
control
want.
fire, you could stop all of the like fires burning in certain states. You could just be like,
you're like chill.
go to sleep.
I'm just like,
Okay, let's go.
What would you pick?
I think I would pick water.
Yeah, because if I'm thirsty, just
You would
I don't
never
need to
die-
carry a water
never die
bottle.
of thirst.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Never
one.
have to carry a water bottle ever again.
Literally, his main reason is so that he can give himself a little drink out of his fingers.
I want to control water so I
But
can
then,
keep myself hydrated.
if you did fire, you cook for yourself. You know, chicken just done.
Yeah.
Positives.
for you.
Yeah, just
Also, if you were ever stranded out somewhere, like you would be able to create warmth.
Water.
water.
Or warmth. Yeah. Well, you control water, I'll control fire, and then we'll just be
And we're perfect.
We're perfect. Yeah. So
I don't know. I just pick water.
yeah, I would. It would be pretty cool if you like created this like bubble around yourself because you could control the water, like push it out, and then you could literally be like underwater.
Do you have to like have water? Do you have to have water or fire in front of you to control it, or can you spawn it?
It's out of nowhere.
Well, you have water.
That's an important question.
Your body's 70% water.
That's what I'm saying. You don't just have fire on hand. You're gonna have to carry around a lighter.
That's
Gas. Gas. What a smoke.
Getting so deep with these questions.
I
We always
feel.
do.
Yeah, I feel like the fire application would be like much more like you could save lives or like do, you know what I mean? Like if you were somewhere with that,
You
like
could go give people in Africa water.
just like build.
Austin, are you assuming that all people in Africa are just dying of
No,
dehydration?
not everybody.
My sister actually did go to Africa to build wells for
Exactly.
like
He's trying to make me look like an asshole out here.
It was in Zambia, Africa.
He's trying to get me canceled.
Yeah,
What about South America, Austin? What if they need water too?
Yeah,
man, that was actually really hard.
I'll take it.
So y'all are both just like water.
I think I would do water.
Water you can put out the fires.
That's true.
maybe
You can just spawn the water from the clouds.
that's true. You could just make it rain, I guess. Yeah. Because I mean, think about how cool it would have been if you could control fire and you're like, Australia's like on a fire and you're like, hold on, I'm gonna go save the koalas. I got this. You just go out there and you're just like, shh, and the fire just like goes down and everyone's like,
It's like, okay.
But you're right. You could like part the sea like Moses and shit.
that's
That
true.
would be sick.
You could make your own islands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I like
dang
water.
it. I think
Water.
it's gonna be water. Yeah.
I think you can do more with water.
Yeah.
game.
I mean, water is literally the source of all life. It's just
That's
I
why
know.
Squirtle is my
Water.
favorite Pokemon.
Blastoise was my shit.
Exactly.
I love how you picked the baby one and he picks the mature adult. You're like,
went
I
for the
love
starter.
Squirtle.
I went for the
Squirtle.
starter.
And he's
It
like,
was
yeah,
the
I love
OG.
Blastoise. Yeah, whatever.
I had a holographic Blastoise.
I had a holographic Blastoise and Charizard.
Gyarados.
I wish I would have fucking still had
I asked my parents, I was like, do you know where my Pokemon cards are? She's like, nah, throw them away. And I was like,
35-year-old man. Do you know where my Pokemon cards are, Mom?
well, I mean, you know what? Does your parents not have all your shit?
I
My shit
traded
got
mine.
stolen.
Oh, really?
I have a lot of baseball and football cards that I found,
Yeah, I've asked my parents, like, hey, where's this? And they're like, we probably just threw it away. And I was
Yeah.
like,
which is crazy because all the stuff that we grew up with is like
it's worth money now.
taking
worth
off.
so much
Yeah.
money.
Taking off.
Hey, I have an original iPod.
Furby.
Herbie?
Furby.
Oh, I was like,
Furby.
Herbie. What?
I think my mom still has a Furby, dude.
But no, I have the original. I have the original
Babies.
iPod. The original iPod, like the very
like
first
the brick.
one ever.
I think we have
Yeah.
one at home too.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be worth something soon. I'm gonna hold
Maybe.
on to it.
Maybe.
It's a museum. Will probably buy it or some shit.
The Museum of Brad. Okay, that's it. Well,
We're not ending on Museum of Brad.
No,
what? What do you want to end on then?
I don't know.
I guess.
Remember when
I guess we
McDonald's
are.
used to give out toys and Happy Meals? Yeah.
Did you used to collect them?
Oh yeah. Like the Beanie Babies and
We didn't have enough money to eat out at
Gift cards?
McDonald's.
Yeah.
I know it's cheap, but like we still didn't have enough money to eat Happy
it was
Meals.
like a-
My parents
like
like
a
$5 for a Happy Meal, and I can just get you a cheeseburger for 99 cents.
yeah.
You
It
know,
was like a luxury when we
Yeah,
ate that stuff.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
I feel like the food that we ate the most that was like pizza. My parents would do like pizza. I feel like it's probably because like you could get 2 pizzas back in the day for like under $10.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Domino's
cheap and
pizzas
quick.
used to be like $5 or cheaper.
It
and so
probably
it's
used to
like-
be the Little Caesars before
Do-
Little Caesars was
Yeah.
around.
Do you remember CC's Pizza being like $2.99 or $3.99 for all you can eat?
the buffet.
Yeah.
I want to say it was $3.99.
It used to be like CC's Pizza only $2.99. It's like some shit like
I
that.
wanna say
That
it was
used to be
three-
their jingle.
I've never
You know,
been to
when I
It's
went to
like
college, it was only
$10
$5.99 in
Yeah.
college. I mean, $6,
Yeah.
and we would smash some
Yeah.
pizza. I was
We
like,
had
there's
place-
no way they're making money.
Yeah.
We had a place called Pizza Ranch. It's kind of like that. It's fire.
There's a place in Houston that's like a pizza place that's not CC's. What's it?
Gaddy's.
Yeah, no, Aubrie knows Pizza Ranch.
Oh, what was the place?
Midwest.
What was the place in Houston that was a
Gang?
pizza place that was not CC's, but it was an all-you-can-eat buffet? I remember there was like one.
There's like Peter Piper. There's Gaddy's.
Gaddy's?
Gaddy's Pizza.
I don't
Get the
remember
get,
another.
get the
I don't
get,
remember
get the
another
get.
buffet.
All right.
Whatever. We'll have to
All
talk
right,
about it next
we'll
time.
end on pizza.
Okay.
Thanks for listening,
Yeah, here.
everybody. Another Tuesday,
Okay.
another episode. Catch you next time.
We out.